Grounded by Westbury. Tied up in the lane, the arrow pointing Cretin Derham Hall's way. And the Polars have missed a couple of great opportunities from close range.
Washington has 8 points, but he could really be up at 12 or 14.
Yeah, that's right.
Just hasn't quite finished with his usual panache. He missed the one on a no call earlier when he tried to lay it over the rim, and that time he probably should have scored it.
I don't think he was looking for the pass, though. I think Rainey fooled not only the defender, but his teammate, thinking that he was going to go up for the shot. .6:45 left in the first half. Westbury in Rosga's face. Now Ben Burke. Rosga wanted to shoot but couldn't. Haas can't get it to go. Tipped and finally controlled by Washington. Carried the ball. Khalid El-Amin turned it over.
He thought he was going to get a blocking foul call, but it turned against him instead. Ruled that he turned it over.
Played nearly 2 minutes of the second quarter, and neither team has scored. What a block by Rainey.
Had the right
foul as well.
And he had the right hand in good position, but came across with the left, it looked like. We'll take another look at it here. Townley getting set to shoot the jumper. And it came across his arms with his left arm.
Townley will get 3 free throws.
When he gets to Nebraska playing football on the scholarship, that'll be pretty legal. Once the guy gets his hands on the ball, you can nail him.
First Cretin Derham Hall free throw of the night.
Kind of an interesting matchup when Rosga's guarding Rainey. They're both going on full football scholarship. Both tough guys who really compete.
And both going out state. Townley gets 2 of 3. 5:57 left in the first half. Let's check out the First Bank scoreboard.
Keith and Stephanie Brennan each opened a portfolio IRA, not just because it combines various accounts into one plan with one easy-to-read statement. They open portfolio IRAs because they can include a wide range of options from both First Bank and FBS Investment Services, which gives them the flexibility to go in whatever direction they ultimately decide to go.
Portfolio IRA. Introductory offer ends May 1st.
There are bounties in life you couldn't begin to measure, and yields that take a generation to know. For that other crop coming up, there's new Basis post-emergence herbicide. Basis is one-pass control of the grasses and broadleaves that worry you most for under $12 an acre, half the cost of most pre-programs. Basis, because life's a harvest, and corn isn't all you're raising.
Welcome back to the St. Paul Civic Center. Cretin Derham Hall leading by 2. They've led most of the way. We've had 5 lead changes, though, and only 1 tie. That at 14 at the end of the first quarter.
I wonder who does the makeup of those fans. If they do it all themselves or paint each other. We've seen several full facial jobs there in the tournament from many different schools.
Feed into the lane. Henry Smith.
Guess who cleans it up?
Yep. Washington. Now with 10 points. Nice bounce pass to the lane. Lost on the way up. Townley couldn't get it. Burke lost it, gone the way up. Oh, a big charging call as Rosga stood his ground.
That is a football player's move because he saw Rainey coming full speed. He knew if he got in his way and planted, there was no way Rainey could avoid him. And he took a shot deliberately. Took one for the team. The ball goes back to Cretin Derham.
Second foul on Rainey.
That is a tough thing to do. Just stand there, hold your arms up, know you're going to receive a blow. Don't use your hands or anything to cushion it.
You don't dare move because otherwise you won't get the call.
Exactly.
There's a steal by Elamine. Big block by Townley as Westbury went in. Wow.
Elamine gets it to Westbury, and you can see him getting his steps a little bit too fine there, and Townley comes right over the top and gets all ball.
And then Westbury committing a foul. A little bit out of frustration, I'm sure. We've seen some great shot blocking already in this game by both teams. 5 minutes to play in the half. Townley misses. Seems like all the Raiders can do on the offensive boards is to keep the ball alive. Now Elamine took a pop of the mouth, it looked like. Chris Rainey penetrates, dishes off, Smith misses, and the rebound comes down to Haas.
I said Rainey's having a bad start offensively, but Rosga had something to do with that. He was right on top of him, forcing him way out.
Approaching the midway point of the second quarter, each team scored just 2 points in the quarter. I would venture to say that has not happened to the Polars this year. Played 4 minutes of basketball and scored just 2 points. Rosga misses. Rebounded by Haas, or Burke, excuse me, but he lost it.
Can't put it on the floor in that position. Not have those blue shirts get a paw on it.
Chris Rainey blowing into the lane and scoring his first bucket of the game.
Now, he kept backing up and taking him from further out, but I think he's doing what he needs to do there. Go to the basket and get your points.
First Polar lead in a good little while. Townley has it stolen away. A great save and a collision here on press row as Westbury went hard into the table. Great save between the legs, but the Raiders will get it back anyway. Wow, great effort. Townley handing off to Ben Burke. A good effort again by Westbury, slanging the ball off of Brennan Townley. And the Raiders down by 2 with 3:03 left in the first half.
The simple notion of playing the game with grace and joy has returned. Say hello to Grand Hill. The Hill by Fila, now in all black, only at Foot Locker for a limited time.
Get a head start on yard work with help from Menards. Find everything from trimmers and tillers to mowers. This garden tiller from Weed Eater is $287. This 16-horsepower tractor is $997. Pull around these precision brand tools with your tractor to make quick work of lawn care. An aerator or dump cart is $78.88 each. Menards makes easy work of yard.
Save big money at Menards.
Welcome back to the Civic Center in St. Paul. Dick Bramer and Jim Gilliland bringing you this matchup between North and Cretin Derham Hall. 3 minutes to play in the half. Talked about the 2 meetings this year between these 2 teams, with North winning them both. Pass inside tipped away from Washington and out of bounds. North beating the Raiders 78-62, and in a game that was probably more similar to this game than the other one. North won by just 2. Rebound by Smith. Follow-up no good. Washington tipping it twice, but Rosga controls. The other Cretin Derham Hall win over North was a 45-43 game, and that's the pace that we're on here in this game. A low-scoring game, much to the liking of the Raiders. Again, the Raiders had a chance to win that game on the last shot. It wouldn't go. Traveling call. Devine turns it over.
David says, I had my left foot here all the whole time. But he gets whistled for the violation. Len Horiza doesn't like it, and North will try to build on that 2-point lead.
Big moment early this year for Len Horiza. The first game of the year was his 500th career win at Cretin Derham Hall. He went on to win 23 more.
Well, he's helped Khaled out there. He went and got a towel, wiped up the wet spot by himself, tossed it over to the bench. Kyle didn't quite make it, but nobody came to get the towel. He had to walk back over and move it to the court. Doing it all tonight.
Mopping the floor during breaks. Rosga reaching in, committing his first foul.
Henry Smith did not play a great deal last night, only when they built up a sizable lead at the end, but he's seen extended duty here in the first half. He's had a couple of good looks.
Smith missing his first free throw. A lot of intrigue around this North team. There have been reports that there's some eligibility problems that might surface come Saturday if they get to the championship game. Robin Ingram told me before the game he'd heard those rumors. He really couldn't comment on it. One, maybe two players. And some anxious moments for the Polars and their fans should they win here tonight. Rosga misses a three-point attempt. El Amin driving and scoring. Boy, he got off the floor quick.
He's got the body control. He just put zip around Rosga and then dealt with the defender who was under the basket, just sort of played him off toward the middle and gracefully laid it off the board.
Working in the lane, a big block inside by Washington. Boy, has he been a force. Haas lost it, but it fell right to Townley, and he banks it in. Two-point Polar lead. A miss by El Amin. Rebounded by Rosga. Haas recovers a loose ball. El Amin with the steal. Now Chris Rainey. Less than a minute to play. North has outscored Cretin Derham Hall 6-4 in the second quarter. Rainey misses. Rebounded by Smith. Loose ball in the lane. Picked off by Haas. And the Raiders come away with it. They have a chance for the last shot. Rosga for three.
There he got one. He's very streaky when he gets warmed up. North's probably fortunate that the half is about to end. The Rosga likes to run off 2 or 3.
El Amin driving in the lane. Fouled with 3.7 seconds left. It's just the 6th Cretin Derham Hall foul, so no free throws coming here yet.
3.7 seconds to get a shot off here for North.
Albert Wall coming back in for the North Polars, replacing Henry Smith.
You got the clock. Here we go. First the ball.
Ozzie Lockhart back in the game for the Polars. He was taken out early in the first quarter and hasn't played much. He takes the half's last shot. A close game, a low-scoring game. And Len Horiza has to like what he sees. Got a low-scoring game, and his team's in front by a point. The third meeting between these two teams. A total of 41 points scored in the first 16 minutes. Let's go to Jeff Grayson.
Thanks, Dick. Woodland Horizon. Coach, your thoughts on the first half?
Well, we have to play some better offense. We're just throwing the ball away on offense. We're satisfied with our defense.
You like the score. It's low. Is that to your liking?
Yeah, as long as we stay right with them, it doesn't matter what the score is.
What do you tell them at halftime?
Just start playing better offense and sag a little bit in the middle when they drive for the basket.
All right, thanks, Len. Good luck in the second half. That's Len Horizon of Cretin Derham Hall. Now over to Janet Carvin for the north side. Janet?
I am here with North coach Robin Ingram. A nice job first half. Kind of a slower pace than a lot of us probably anticipated. How do you feel about the game so far?
Basically, we're having trouble getting into our offense. We're not passing the ball at all. You know, we're taking it down there, making 1 or 2 passes, and then taking the shot. And that's not the way we like to play. We're going to have to get more movement in our offense. We're going to have to move the ball around a lot more and look for the inside shot.
We've heard so much about your high-powered offense, but your defense has been outstanding.
Yeah, I think Cretin scored, 21 points? Yeah, and I can't ask much more than that. You know, to hold a team down to 21 points, you're doing a real good job on defense. But like I said, we got to start moving the ball on offense, and then I think we're going to become more effective.
What will you tell them about defending Rosga? You did a nice job. You only scored 3 points. Anything special for any special players from Cretin?
Basically, we have, like our 7th man is one of our best defensive ball players, and we just brought him up off the bench, and we told him he has to defend Rosga, and he's done a good job at it.
All right, Coach. Good luck in the second half.
Okay, thank you.
Minneapolis North coach Robin Ingram. Let's go back over to Dick Bramer.
Thank you, Jeff. Thank you, Janet. Thank you, coaches. That's the view from our Viking Land cam. We're at halftime of our first quarterfinal matchup tonight, with Cretin Derham Hall leading Minneapolis North by 1.
What number do you call to find a long-distance phone number anywhere in America when you don't know the area code? Right. What number do you call if you want to find a zip code anywhere in America? Right again. 1-900-GET-INFO is the number to call to get any long-distance number and any zip code anywhere in America for just 75 cents.
Long-distance information. Can you help me, please?
An information service for everyone in America from MCI.
Clarity to control. Clarity to control. Clarity to control. Broadleaf bighorn, section 4.
Control to clarity. Engage.
In the war against broadleaf weeds, Clarity has superior crop safety and 0 resistance.
Got him without atrazine.
Clarity to control. Red alert. Radio sighted. Section 2.
No problem. I register no more broadleaves.
Maintain residual control till crop is grown.
Clarity, advanced technology, a higher standard of broadleaf control.
The Volkswagen Jetta comes with front-wheel drive and a track-correcting rear axle for more sure-footedness on the road. It comes with driver's and passenger side airbags for more security inside the car. And to celebrate the fact that the Jetta is the best-selling European car in the U.S., it now comes with a special lease offer of no money down and $199 per month. All the more reason to come in for a test drive.
This is a Minnesota 9 News Update.
Good evening, I'm Robin Robinson with a Minnesota 9 News Update. Kabila Shabazz came face-to-face in court with the man she says set her up in a murder-for-hire plot. Michael Fitzpatrick is the FBI informant who allegedly took money from Shabazz to kill Nation of Islam leader Louis Farrakhan. But Fitzpatrick told the court he also got money from the government to finger Shabazz, roughly $45,000, and his living expenses. Attorney William Kunstler says it's going to be hard for any jury to believe one thing Fitzpatrick says.
To get a life of ease by doing the thing that he does best, informing, entrapping, being an agent provocateur.
Fitzpatrick was arrested for cocaine possession in 1993 and is under investigation for fraud, but says the government hasn't promised him to get off the hook in return for delivering Shabazz. And on Capitol Hill, the Republican welfare bill caused an ugly exchange on the House floor, booing and shouting before they came to an agreement. The bill would trim cash benefits and make states run assistance programs. The Democrats say that would hurt poor women and children. Join us for another update during Game 2 of the high school state tournaments.
In a world that moves so fast, who has time to wait? You're looking for a little convenience. Minnesota 9 News has the right information at a time that is convenient. Because Minnesota 9 News is your first evening newscast at 9, you get two things: the news you need and get to bed at a decent time. Minnesota 9 News, the newscast for busy people. Minnesota 9 News is interactive with the 9 line, a way for viewers to call and tell us what they think.
I like the Channel 9 News very much. We watch it every
Say you like to surf the net. Minnesota 9 News is online. You want convenience? Find out how convenient a newscast can be. Minnesota 9 News.
What brings you the news earlier than anybody else, and you don't even have to embarrass the neighbors to get it?
Let's see, 2.9% financing on all Accords. Have we forgotten anything? Oh, I guess you better hurry then. Go see your Honda dealer.
Tim Burke's parents are FPS Investment Services customers, not just because they were able to set up Tim's college investment fund right inside their local First Bank. Tim's parents are loyal customers because their investment representative took the time to learn more about each member of the family and tactfully suggested increasing their investment in young Tim's college mutual fund.
If you're looking for bread to serve with dinner, it's in the fridge.
Really? So that's not bread behind you?
Not hot homemade bread. See for yourself.
Grand's biscuits?
Sure. My Grands bake up all golden brown on the outside and fluffy on the inside. Like homemade bread, but faster and easier.
I never thought of it that way.
Grand's biscuits, hot and fresh from the oven in just 15 minutes.
They're like homemade bread, only rounder.
Welcome back to the St. Paul Civic Center. That's the report at halftime. Cretin Derham Hall leading Minneapolis North 21-20. I'm Jim Gilliland back courtside with a couple of reasons why the sport of basketball is in good hands in the state of Minnesota in years past and for years to come. I'm standing with, on my left, Kurt Virgin, the head coach at Egan High School. And on my right is his son, Ben, who is the captain leading scorer in the Lake Conference this year. And by way of further introduction, we want to show you a little videotape that begins 25 years ago when Kurt was a player at South St. Paul High School and played in the state championship game against Sherburne. This is the man with the goggles, wearing number 43, taking the baseline jumper. He is Kurt Virgin, who scored 18 points in the state championship game. Unfortunately for his club, they lost that tilt to Sherburne, who was unbeaten. This is Kurt today on the sidelines for Egan High School, and this is Benjamin, number 4, who led the conference in scoring, going to the glass for 2. Now we'll come back to the guys and visit a little bit. And first, Kurt, I don't know if Ben believes quite all the legend that has gone before him, but 25 years, it seems like it's gone by pretty quickly because you and I are in the same age group and been a lot of basketball over the dam.
Yeah, it really has gone by really quick, and can't believe all the time flies by, but it's been great, and it's a great experience. I'll never forget it, and I know other guys in the team was never going to forget it either. It's a great feeling being in the tournament, and I wish Ben could have got here to get that same feeling, but super.
We'll go over to Benjamin for a second here, and I know that you growing up sort of in your dad's shadow. You heard the stories, and now you've seen the tape. What was it like to, first of all, go up with expectations to play, and then in fact play for your dad?
I just try to do my best at all times, and whatever happens, happens. And I don't know, it was fun playing with them, but you know, kind of sad to see it end. But that's the way it goes.
You're in a pretty tough conference this year. I know you played Lakeville twice, and you're in there with Jefferson and some other good teams. What do you think? Some people surprised that Lakeville got this far. What's your opinion?
Yeah, that shows how tough our conference is. I think Lakeville finished 5th or 6th in the conference, and you know, they end up getting to the state tournament. They have, you know, it's a good conference and a lot of good teams. That's, you know, it just shows how tough our conference is.
Okay, we'll go back to your dad for a second. The people talking about the tournament again because of the change in format, Kurt, and you've been a coach for a while now. What do you think? Are we back on the right track? Would you like to see it maintaining a single champion?
No, I really think you know, the tournament needed a jump start is what it needed, and I don't know if this is a perfect system or not, but I think it's a start, and I think I would have wished that Lakeville would have won today, but at least by Staples winning, at least we're going to have an AA final probably. And I think that's going to be good and healthy for basketball. And, you know, I think the kids should get a chance to play in front of big crowds. And hopefully we can get back to what it was like 25 years ago. When I played here, we had 18,000 people in the stands for every session. And that's a great experience, and interest was high, and let's hope we're in the right direction.
Yeah, I was one of those 18,000, about 2 rows from the top in Williams Arena. Ben, what are you going to do next year?
I'm undecided yet. I have to decide here in the next couple weeks.
Well, he'll be playing ball somewhere, and look out for those college recruiters coming out of the stands. We'll take a break and come back with more of our continuing coverage. Thanks, fellas. We're at the 1995 Minnesota State High School Boys Basketball Tournament.
The tournaments on 9 are brought to you in part by DuPont Basis Herbicide, Dairy Queen, and Great Clips for Hair.
Whoa, Buck. Looks like some weather's blowing in. But no worry. Thanks to Bucktril Herbicide, we got fast, effective control of broadleaf weeds without damage to our corn. No brace root damage or stalk brittleness. Good thing, too. Right, Buck? Buck! Hey, Buck! Where are you going?
Bucktril and Bucktril Gel. Tough on broadleaf weeds, gentle on corn.
Hey, Buck! Oh, buddy, room in there for 2?
The simple notion of playing the game with grace and joy has returned. Say hello to Grand Hill. The Hill by Fila, now in all black, only at Foot Locker for a limited time.
A major television event. Rare performances, exclusive footage. The history of rock and roll.
Coming Wednesday night at 7 on UPN 9.
Minneapolis North and Cretin Derham Hall with the Raiders leading by 1 at halftime. Looked like in that first half, Jim, that the two teams were, in fact, two teams that know a lot about each other, and almost seemed as if they were a little hesitant maybe to try to exploit anything during the first 16 minutes. Cretin Derham Hall playing at a pace that I think favored them a lot more than Minneapolis North.
I don't think North is as intense as I have seen them, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just that they've come out, perhaps, as you say, maybe expecting to win. They've done it twice before, and Cretin Derham Hall is not going to give them anything. Joe Haas got off to a great start, couldn't carry it over, but some of his teammates picked up the slack in the second quarter. And most notably, Tim Rosga got in there. Devine played well. Townley had the big block. So they've got nice balance, and they can get it from a number of sources. They seem to feed off each other very well. It's a different Cretin Derham team that we've seen in years past than we have seen. Not as athletic, but they find a way to get the job done. I think this is going to finish as a close ball game.
Cretin Derham Hall led in scoring by Joe Haas over the year, averaged about 15 points. At one point, he had 12 of his team's first 14 points.
A very smart player. I think he finds the creases well, goes to the bore hard, really competes. I was very impressed with him yesterday against Armstrong, how they just kept tenaciously going after it. And down the stretch in that game, as you see Jabbar Washington off the feet from Khalid El Amin. Down the stretch in that ball game, Cretin just had the fire in their eyes a lot more than Armstrong did. Maybe that was by virtue of their big rally as Rosga hit the three-pointer there near the end of the half, and that provided the one-point margin that we have right now. Earlier, Khalid on the drive again, taking it all the way in.
The Polars would be in much more serious shape without another very strong first half from Jabbar Washington. He's got half his team's points, 10 of their 20, 4 of 5 from the free throw line. We'll take a look at the halftime statistics. Shooting percentages are down. Rebounds in favor of Cretin Derham Hall, which is a little bit surprising that it would be that heavily in favor of Cretin Derham Hall. But the turnovers also favor Minneapolis North.
North can get fuel off of their three-point shooting game, but just 1 for 8 in the first half. Cretin Derham not much better at 1 out of 7, but the North likes to score in bunches, and they haven't been able to do it so far.